So we are unboxing the, what do you got here? It is the Master Forge smoker, vertical charcoal smoker. Okay. Getting this thing put together. We're going to make us some beef jerky. We are documenting it from the beginning. Let's see how many. Hopefully it came with instructions. It looks like there's going to be a lot of pieces.
It should resemble that picture. That's your, I think that's your burner tray, the charcoal tray. These are extension rings. There's the feet. So that should go in like that. That goes in like that. Then this goes on like that, I guess. Well, we've got a few racks. That's cool. Those will come in handy. Bag of mystery. Another. Where's this? Alright. Hey, instructions.
It's always important to bring instructions.
Oh, this is your door.
Alright, so we're using something called the minion method in order to get this started. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh dude, awesome, minion, like the minions of the Dark Lord are going to light my barbecue. No, that's not it at all. All it means is that we start off with unlit fuel, and then we light a small amount of fuel, about 25 briquettes, in our chimney starter here. We put those on top of the unlit fuel, and it will gradually burn over time. So let's see how this works out. I've never tried this before, so if it doesn't work, we're gonna make fun of the internet a lot or something, or the internet will make fun of me, one of the two. Alright, so now that we've got our charcoal chimney going, it's going to take about 10, 15, 20 minutes to get those coals going. Let's go ahead and take a look at the meat, which we're going to go ahead and prepare. It's been marinating overnight in a tub, and this is what we're looking at here. Yep, it's meat. See a little bit of red pepper there, and some garlic floating around in there. Once again, that's sort of a lime juice, Worcestershire. Oh shucks, what else did we use? We might have used some soy sauce, some red pepper, some garlic. Of course, the greatest spice ever invented, Montreal steak seasoning. That stuff's the best. Of course, it probably has all those things we added to it anyway. So we're going to go ahead, and what we're going to do is we're going to put this on a plate, sandwiched between some paper towels to kind of wick away the excess marinade. Alright, so we got the meat on the smoker. Now we're going to throw the lid on it and let it sit for 2 hours. We've got a upper grill and a lower grill. I don't know if you can see the lower grill down there. There's meat on both of them. In 2 hours we're going to switch them around so that the meat gets evenly cooked. Alright, so we got it going again, or we got it still going. Smoking up pretty good. I threw some mesquite chips just kind of on top of the unlit fuel, and then a little bit of on top of the lit fuel, and I poured it on there. So the idea, we'll see how this works out, is that it won't all smoke at once, but kind of as the fuel lights on its way down, it'll find some of those chips and light them up, and it'll kind of slowly smoke over time. We'll see how that works out. They say you're supposed to shoot for about 150 for a beef jerky project. We're up here by well, about 200. There's nothing I can do about that. As far as temperature control goes, I have one speed, which is I could open that door and let the oxygen hit the coals, and it'll get real hot. Or I could take the lid off and let all the smoke out. So the good news is we can't really screw this up. It's you know, it's marinated meat being slow smoked over the course of several hours. I'm pretty sure it'll turn out okay. Alright, so if you look at that, you'll see that we're rocking right around 300. We were trying to keep it at 150. But there's pretty much no control surfaces here for me to make more or less heat happen. Like I said, I can make more heat happening by opening the door, but I can't choke the inflow of air. So we're just gonna have to see what happens cooking it at twice the temperature we're supposed to be. Alright, so I haven't been able to get that temperature to go down from 300. Tried adding some water, and you know, I tell you, just nothing's doing it. So we're gonna go ahead and this meat's pretty thin sliced. Actually checked it. You look here, there's stuff on the top. This is starting to get crispy. It's starting to get to the point where we don't want it to cook anymore. What I'm worried about is the stuff that's down there below. So we're actually going to take this out. If it needs to be cooked anymore, we could do it at 150 in the oven just to continue dehydrating the middle. But actually, what we've got on the top here is pretty tasty so far. So it's actually working out pretty well. I'm going to take this off the grill, and we're going to see how it all turned out, and especially how the stuff in the middle section turned out. Alright, well, as I expected, the beef that was a little further down on the second rack is a little more carboniferous. Just slightly more, but not unpleasantly so. Go ahead and grab a piece here. That's what it looks like up close. A little bit like tree bark. Open that up a little on the inside, you'll see it's all thin cut. It's been marinated. Nothing raw about it. And all that marinating we did gave it a nice, pleasant flavor. It's got kind of a spicy kick. So it's not quite beef jerky, but it's sort of a dried out steak. I mean, it's not bad. Alright, so that is the finished product, and I gotta tell you, the more this stuff cools, and it's still a little moist in the middle, compared to like a store-bought beef jerky, but I mean, it's definitely a smoked dried beef. The more it cools, the more it falls into that kind of jerky territory, and from what I've heard, you actually can either cool it off in the oven at 150, or dry it out in the oven about 150 for a few hours. I actually kind of like it with a little bit of moisture left in it. The other option is that it'll actually kind of dry out naturally over the next couple of days. But that's it. So we're actually going to go into we're going to go into the bonus round with the smoker, because after all this time, those coals are still going good and hot. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I've got going on. I threw a couple extra wood chips on there. You see the temperatures actually come back below 300. This is a good thing because we're actually cooking frozen meat at this point in time. I've got a kielbasa over here and just some bratwurst. Because the temperature is lower and we're cooking indirectly, this should actually work out pretty well. Or it won't. So far, it seems like there's not much you can do to screw up a bratwurst or a kielbasa, so I think we're going to be okay. Alright, just a few closing thoughts. It was the first time trying to make some beef jerky. I think it actually turned out really well. I like it better than the store-bought stuff. It's a lot more flavorful. There's a lot more smoke involved. It's spicier. There's more of a spicy kick. You can taste the lime and the garlic. You usually don't get that with the store-bought stuff. So I think all in all, considering it was my first attempt, or even my 20th if it were, I think it turned out awesome. So the next time I do this, I think the goal will be to make some caffeinated beef jerky. We'll see how that turns out. I want to thank you all for watching, and have yourselves a good one.